You're listening to East to West on PRC. I'm Alex Whitler here with my co-hosts Monica Hanna and Michael Frazier, along with Sarah Raffetto. And she's one of the owners of Raffetto's Fresh Pasta. The store offers pre-made noodles, prepared meals, and sauces, and it's done so for more than 100 years. So Sarah, thanks so much for being here to tell us more about the shop, but I can't lie, I thought it was a sit-down restaurant at first. How would you describe this place?
It's a retail store where you can come in, shop to cook at home, or buy prepared meals that you can take out, but there are no tables to sit and eat. It's a common misconception.
So what is the history of Raffettos and when did it get started?
It started in 1906 when my great-grandfather opened up in this very location, and we've been fortunate enough to have been here ever since, and we've evolved a lot from having, a few products to now a ton, so we're very lucky to still be here today.
So there are lots of places, businesses around New York City these days that you feel like get closed down right away or don't last very long. So what is it that you think maybe you guys do differently that has allowed your business to thrive for so long?
To be honest, first and foremost, we own the building, so that's a huge impact on being able to stay or not. But I think that maintaining our traditional values and pricing, which obviously have to increase slightly over time, but we continue to make things affordable and maintain the same type of quality, and I think that's what keeps people coming back.
So you guys own the building, the entire building?
Yes.
Do you guys live upstairs?
I do. I live in the building with my grandmother, and having free rent in the West Village is something I can't beat, so I'm staying there indefinitely.
So what are we hearing in the background? I know that you've got a lot of different machinery back there. Can you describe some of it to us?
The one that you just heard was the guillotine machine. That's actually from 1916, so it's approaching 100 years old, and we still use it every day. It's the best thing in here. I should knock on wood because it's such an amazing piece of equipment, and it really is something that people love to come in and watch and see their noodles be cut to order on something so old and so interesting.
Wow, 1916. So you almost have a century-year-old pasta maker.
Yeah, it's insane, but it works and it does really well. It's actually a lot better than the newer version that we have, which is only about 30 or 20 years old. I can't remember, so it's really an amazing piece of machinery.
So what do you do at Raffettos?
I manage the retail store, and I'm working on my slow takeover, but I still have a bit of time left because currently my dad and my uncle co-own the company, but my dad is in charge here, and I basically do whatever I have to, whether it's cooking, checking inventory, serving customers, making phone calls, cleaning, whatever, just a little bit of everything.
And do you plan on staying at Raffettos indefinitely?
I do, for sure. And if I don't, I'll be in trouble because I really love it, and I did go to school, but this is something that I've loved more than any other opportunity that I've had throughout my life, so I'm here to stay.
So what inspired you to work here?
Being born, and and I love food, and I don't know, it's something that always really fascinated me, and I was a terribly picky eater growing up, but little by little I've become, a pretty ridiculous foodie, and my palate's far more refined. So I love being a part of the food business. I love creating. I love seeing people come in and being really excited, and I have a more relatable passion to it because I'm so emotionally invested. So it weighs heavy on me in a great way where I feel very dedicated to the experience and making people enjoy coming here.
So you work with your family, obviously, on a daily basis. I'm sure that has its pros and cons. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
It does. I get along really well with my dad and my grandmother, who I'm with all the time, and my stepsister also works here on, most days, but she's not totally here forever. And I would say it's really better than it is, annoying, because we all do get along really well. But then again, when we disagree on something, or if, I want to take off work, I can't exactly lie because I can't say, oh, I'm sick, because my dad will come upstairs and look for me. So, besides that, I can't say anything bad about them.
So what are some of the most popular dishes or pasta items?
The ravioli, for sure, and the noodles that we cut to order on the guillotine machine. And then in more recent years, like the past 10 years, the prepared meals, because as I'm sure you guys know, a lot of people in New York either don't like to or don't know how to cook. So being able to get something for less than $10, that could be like 1 to 2 meals, is really awesome. But we encourage, obviously, the fresh stuff that we make for people to cook at home too, like the noodles and ravioli.
And to follow up with that, do you have any like untraditional dishes that you serve or pastas?
We have chocolate pasta, which is actually really delicious. We make a chocolate noodle pudding that was featured in the New York Times Magazine once, and it's kind of like a kugel. I'm not Jewish, but it's like a Jewish noodle pudding, and it's baked and it has like the ribbons throughout and a custard and everything, and that's really awesome. So definitely non-traditional.
Can you tell us a little bit about how the neighborhood has changed since you guys opened?
I've only been here for 25 of the 100 plus years, but it has changed significantly according to like all my family members. And even in the time that I've just been living here, it's been exponentially different. So many places unfortunately can't last, which is a lot of the times a result of rent, but it's definitely more bougie and expensive, and you don't find many old school kind of places like ours. So people applaud us a lot for having been able to stay, because we're like a little hidden gem that isn't going anywhere.
Do you supply pasta to any of the restaurants around here?
Most of the restaurants in New York buy our pasta unless they 110% legitimately make it their own, because I've caught people in the act and they lie. But again, a lot of restaurants, get it, and that is great for us because our wholesale is a huge part of our success. And we distribute to grocery stores like Whole Foods, Fairway, Garden of Eden, places like that as well. So that's a major impact on our business.
So along those lines, what happens when you find someone in the act of lying, saying that your pasta is theirs? Can you take legal action? Is that possible?
Basically, I chuckle to myself, and that's about it, because I would never call anybody out. It's their choice to say it or not. But it is funny because I've gone through, some circumstances where I know it and I ask and they lie to my face, so I just think it's funny. But
well, I guess you can have that option if you're the owner of such a successful business.
Inevitable owners, but not yet. So I guess I can't quite yet. Maybe someday.
So what is the magic then? What is the family philosophy of Raffettos?
Something that my grandfather always said is, if you supply affordable, delicious product, people will always keep coming back. And that's basically our philosophy. It's nothing complicated, but we just want to maintain the quality and the freshness and also the hospitality, because I think part of the experience of being here is a very intimate, hands-on situation where, we take the time to really figure out what you want and make you happy and, make you want to come back.
Nice.
So, like I said, I found out about this place because a professor of mine told me about it and brought our class here. And he comes here all the time, like you said. Do you find that most of your customers are like that, like very loyal, returning customers?
They definitely are. Most of the people that walk in here are regulars that we see on a regular basis. So we love them. We have a mutual respect with each other, and it's always fun. And then, of course, we really enjoy seeing new people come in because we want to hook them and get them, to become another type of regular customer. But tourists and other people that are here temporarily can enjoy it too. And I just like to treat everyone with the same amount of effort and respect, because I want them to, have a good memory of us. And it's always good to plant like a positive seed in case they come back or tell people. So I really make that effort.
Would you say most of your employees, most of the people here on a day-to-day basis are your family members?
No, it's only myself, my grandmother, my dad, and my stepsister. And then my uncle operates the factory, wholesale location in Jersey. So it is only the four of us. Everyone else are just our employees that we love.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for taking the time to speak with us. And for those tuning in, thank you for listening to PRC's East to West. I'm Michael Frazier. Join us next week when we sit down with Yanone Miyazaki, top chef at Dodo Bun, to talk about his new invention, the fried tea. Thank you.